Hello and welcome to another episode of LiveStyles. This is a real-time live talk show covering everything from entertainment news to the fashion, lifestyle, and beauty world that is going on all around us. My name is Jacy Aaron. I am your resident social media influencer, telling you all about the online discourse about some of these things and what is trending in the interwebs. But with that being said, let's hop into our first segment and talk a little bit about some of the entertainment news from this week, because I'm here to catch you guys up on all of the hot gossip. And this week was a pretty crazy one in pop news. So our first segment, you guys, you ready for this one? Because as a former NSYNC person, this one hurts. Is it time for Justin Timberlake to retire? Justin's Forget Tomorrow World Tour is underway in Europe, but fans are sharing their disappointment of the concert over on social media. Viral TikToks from his show show him cringily dancing, barely singing, and essentially just making the crowd do all of the work. And social media has been brutal with comments like, y'all went to karaoke, he's bringing lazy back, and I want a refund, and I didn't even go. And TikTokers are getting in on the joke with people challenging themselves to complete tasks in the time it takes for Timberlake to start singing again. But that's not the only criticism JT has been facing recently. During a recent show in England, he snapped at his crew on stage and the meltdown garnered millions of views. Then, of course, last year there was his DWI, where he went viral during his arrest for saying the iconic line, "This is going to ruin the tour." And looks like it may have actually ruined it, as fans are starting to sour towards the former NSYNC frontman. So I want to know from you, is this just a tired tour, or is it time for Justin to start ending his career? Let me know what you guys think in the comments about Justin Timberlake. In my opinion, no, Justin doesn't need to retire. He's fine. This is one of the biggest pop stars of our generation. I just think he's tired. Mind you, it is important to note that he actually canceled a few shows on this tour from the flu because he got a little sick. And so I think he's just tired. It's been a long tour and he needs to take a break. And if anything, I think the Backlash is great because he's going to take a look at this viral meme trend, and I think he's going to start stepping it up in his upcoming shows. So I'll be curious to keep my eye on TikTok and see how his upcoming performances go. So no, I don't think Justin should retire, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Moving on to our next segment. Is Pedro Pascal using his anxiety as an excuse to get handsy with his female co-stars? Pedro Pascal and his co-star Vanessa Kirby have been turning heads this week during their press tour for Fantastic Four: First Steps. They've been seen holding hands, caressing each other's faces, and being very affectionate towards one another. Now, Pedro has openly discussed using physical touch to ground himself while feeling anxious, especially during the Avengers press tour. But what began as wholesome praise has turned into a viral meme on X, where users point out that he only gets anxious around beautiful women. So now this viral hot girl anxiety has taken over the app, and honestly, they've turned so X-rated that I cannot even show you them. So looks like America's sweetheart is starting to be labeled as an inappropriate creep. But I want to know from you guys, is Pedro just showing charming, affectionate, platonic friendship, or boundary crossing creepiness? In my opinion, no, Pedro's fine. He's not being creepy. I think that a lot of men tend to sexualize any type of touch from a woman when it can be totally and reasonably platonic. Now, what I also think with Pedro is that don't say I didn't warn you guys, because just a few episodes ago, I said that I think it's a matter of time before the internet turns on Pedro. And that's because of fatigue from him. He's in 3 movies right now, you guys. Eddington, The Materialist, and of course, Fantastic Four. And when you start getting oversaturated, the internet starts to find reasons to hate you. And I feel like this one is just grasping at straws. Plus, the other thing is consent. Vanessa Kirby is consensually being affectionate with him as well. So no, I don't think he's being creepy. I think people just trust him and he's emotionally available. Can we highlight that comment from Obella Mafia? This one is actually, this one's for Justin Timberlake. But that one, she says that, no, we don't want him to retire. So I agree on Justin Timberlake as well. And I also think that, no, Pedro Pascal is not being creepy. But let me know what you guys think in the comments and if we're gonna see the internet continue to turn on Pedro in the future. But moving on into our next one. Do you ever wish you can get an orgasm from Harry Styles? Well, now you can, because Harry Styles has launched a new sex toy line called Pleasing Yourself. So his genderless lifestyle brand called Pleasing already has a line of apparel, nail polish, and fragrances. But their latest sexy expansion includes a double-sided vibrator and a bottle of lube. In suggestive posts to the Pleasing Instagram, Styles himself invited fans to, quote, please yourself like you mean it, in a sexy voiceover and handwritten note. So these items launched this week, along with limited edition condoms in partnership with Planned Parenthood. And you guys, everything is already sold out, showing that people demand more sex toys from Harry Styles. But I want to know from you guys, are you surprised by this X-rated product launch from a celebrity? In my opinion, no, I am not surprised. I actually think this is a perfect product launch for Harry Styles. And that's because, yes, he is a sex symbol. He is a rock star. He's got that going for him. But his brand is not about raunchiness. It's about sex positivity. You know, he's all about gender bending and sexual fluidity, that I feel like this is perfectly aligned with his brand. It's not so much risque as opposed to sex positivity. Now, will I be buying a Harry Styles sex toy? Maybe. Actually, no, probably not. It's $68 and it's already sold out. But once they get restocked, I want to know from you guys if you might be purchasing any more Harry Styles sex toys from his collection, because I think the demand is showing that we might be seeing more from this. So let me know of your thoughts on this Pleasing Yourself line. All right, and our last pop news segment. In political news, President Trump has a micro penis. According to the latest episode of South Park, that is. Yes, the season premiere of South Park takes a flaming hot jab at President Donald Trump by literally putting him in bed with Satan and mocking his manhood. Classic South Park chaos. But what's interesting about this story is the timing and the Paramount Pictures element of it. So backing up a little bit, earlier this month, Paramount Pictures actually paid a $16 million lawsuit to President Trump. Then they ousted Stephen Colbert from The Late Show, presumably for his anti-Trump humor. Fast forward a couple weeks, Paramount signed a $1.5 billion deal with the creators of South Park to create 50 new episodes. But get this, 10 hours later, the season premiere episode dropped, and it was scathing against both Paramount and Donald Trump. So we'll see if that expensive joke will cost them in the future. Now, the White House could not take the joke, and a spokesperson called the show fourth-rate and irrelevant. But if you're curious to see what other hot takes they bring into season 27, you can check out all of the upcoming episodes streaming on Paramount+. But let me know what you guys think. Did you catch this episode? Was it too harsh, or was it right on the nose for mocking the president? Let me know your guys' thoughts. But that's going to be it for our pop news segment. But stay tuned, because we're going to be bringing on our guest host, who's going to be talking all about travel and fashion. We'll be right back.